If you want to see progress faster than anyone else, this video is for you. Make sure you're not doing anything I talk about in this video because it can ruin your potential and really ruin your dreams if you constantly do these things over and over and over. But if you can completely get rid of these habits, nobody will be able to see how big you can become if you really lock in and eliminate all of these things. Starting with the first one, and that's comparison. Comparing yourself to others. You look at where you're at and you look at somebody that's your age that's doing way better than you, and you start comparing yourself to, he's way better than me, he's way faster than me, he has better hands, he's quicker off the ball, he can fly around the field, I'm not as fast as him. Look, there's two differences between you and that person. It's your genetics and it's your experiences. You and that person have two completely different experience levels and two completely different genetics. Why try to compare yourself if you are nothing like them? Maybe your personality is like them, maybe you kind of grew up with him for a little bit, but you're not with him 24/7. You don't share the same parents as him. So stop comparing yourself to him and embrace your journey, embrace your unique journey, because you can't look at the next man and say, oh, I want to be like him. Nah, tap into who you are, tap into your authentic self, and stop trying to be like the man across from you. Stop trying to be so much like them and embrace yourself. Embrace that you have your own journey, you have your own things going on in life. That person has their other things going on in life and you have yours. So handle yours and mind your own business. Number two, giving up too easily. One bad game doesn't mean that you're a bad player. What the successful people do, and I remember I saw this quote from Jay-Z. He said the secret to success really is just don't give up. That's the secret. And then you might be giving up too easily. The difference between the successful people and the average people is that the successful people never gave up. The players in the NFL always trained to make it to the NFL, whether or not people thought they were good enough or not. They just kept going. I know y'all know Cooper Kupp's story where he was a walk-on at Eastern Washington. He never stopped working. And football in the NFL and college level, yeah, they're amazing athletes, but that's when you really got to be in tune with your technique. And technique can be perfected over time. It's not going to be perfected just because you're an elite athlete, just because you can move super fast. Football is in a straight line sport. The people in the NFL, they never stopped working. After 6 months of just putting the work in, they don't see the results, they still work. They still do it. And something you could be doing is giving up too easily and you might not even know that you did it. Set an intention of what you want out of life and don't give up until you get it. Understand that good things happen, bad things happen, but we'd rather focus on the progress than the outcome. Don't put so much focus on the outcome. What can you do in this moment right here, right now to get better? How can you structure the next week and the next month so you can get better? And focus on those daily activities, because the winners focus on the activities. The losers focus on the outcome. I just told you who focuses on what. Now you get to decide. This next one is very similar to giving up too easily, and it's not being consistent. If you believe you're a good football player right now and you've been putting in the work for the past couple months, past couple years maybe, imagine if you added 5 years of more consistency. Imagine how good you would be. If you just started 6 months ago or started even a year or a year and a half ago. These football players have been doing it for 8+ years, 5+ years. That kind of stems off what I said about giving up too easily. Just because you don't look like an NFL player after 1 year of training doesn't mean you're never gonna look like that. You just gotta keep going and you gotta be consistent. These athletes in the NBA and the NFL, all these elite athletes, they were always consistent with playing sports. Almost all of the NFL players played other sports in high school. Don't limit yourself to one sport. Go play other sports. And that'll make you a better athlete, and that'll make football way easier for you. If you're just starting your journey, you got to understand that you're not going to see super good results in weeks. You can see some good ones for sure, especially if you're under the right training program and you have the right knowledge. You can see some great results in some weeks. But if you do see results in weeks, do not think that the next level is going to come faster and come in the same amount of weeks, because that just doesn't happen. So be consistent. What can you do today to get better? Just like how I said in that past one. What can you do today to get better? And do your best to immerse yourself in the progress, immerse yourself in the process, and not focus too much on the outcome, but focus on what you can do in these moments right here, right now. And the next bad habit that you need to get rid of is not holding yourself accountable. I want you to sit down and ask yourself, have you ever thought about what you look like whenever you put the blame on other dudes? When you put the blame on your teammates, on your family? Have you ever thought about that? Like, what do you look like as a man? When you're putting the blame on everybody, when you're making excuses, when you're complaining, how do you look as a man when you're doing all that? I'm telling you, it's not good. It's not good. And once I realized this, I'm telling you, this is one of the main things I did to like kind of reinvent myself. I have a video called Reinvent Yourself. This is one of the main things I did, and I stopped complaining. I recognized whenever an excuse was about to come out of my head and I didn't say it. And the same with complaints, and I just didn't say it. I did all that going into my senior year. Those results happen really quick because then it gets so easy just to shut up and just deal with stuff. And as a man, we got to do that sometimes in life. Just whenever hard times hit, you just got to shut up and deal with it, because that's the best thing you could do, because talking about it, complaining about it is not solving the problem. And not holding yourself accountable is even making a problem worse, because that's holding back your future results. You got to recognize that whatever situation you're in, it's your fault. Whether you put the work in or whether you didn't put the work in, whether you had it in your mind that this was going to happen, it's going to happen. Whatever you constantly think about, that's what's going to happen in your life. So think about what you want to happen, and then immerse yourself in the progress. Immerse yourself in the process. You have to be able to acknowledge if your actions that you're taking every day are serving you or if they're not serving you. You got to be upfront with yourself, and you got to really take accountability and say, is this where I want to be out of life, or do I need to start stepping up? Ask yourself that. Take accountability. And this next one right here, after you can hold yourself accountable, this one is probably my favorite one on this list. After we're able to take accountability and able to blame ourselves rather than put the blame on other people, when we take action on the problems in our life and we don't for a second tell somebody else to handle it for us, after we can do all that, then the next thing we have to do is not be fazed by BS. I just said that your reality is your fault, but things out of your control can happen to you. And you just gotta understand, can I control that thing or can I not control that thing? And if you can't control that thing, so why worry about it? Don't let it phase you. Do the best you can in life. Whether you're in a football game and your defense is giving up scores back to back to back, bro, you can't control that if you play on offense. Vice versa, if you play on defense and your offense keeps punting the ball with getting 3 and outs, you can't control that. But what you can control is if you're that starting DB, you can control if you break on that receiver's routes and you get a pick 6 and you score for your team. You can do that. So put your focus on what you can do. The stuff that you can't control, your offense not scoring, your teammates not blocking, you can't control that. Yeah, you can go up there and talk to them and try to motivate them, but that's not you blocking. So what you got to do is control what you can control and be in harmony with reality. You recognize that things don't go your way, that you might not be getting an offer, that you see your teammates getting offers that you think you should have, or your opponents or somebody is getting offers and scholarships that you think you should have. Understand, maybe that's not meant for you. Maybe you're meant to go walk on and destroy them in the walk-on tryouts. Or once you walk on and make the team, you're meant to destroy them every day in practice. Your story is not like everyone else's. That's what I was saying in the comparison part of this video. So be in harmony with reality. Understand that things out of your control can happen and your life can change like that. Things can pop up out of nowhere and your life will change. That's how life works. And that's how football works too. But if you can be in harmony with reality and not stress about the things that you can't control, then you will be great. As long as you have faith in yourself while things are trying to come at you and trying to take you down and try to control your life, but you know you can't control certain things, as long as you have faith in yourself, you will be good. And the last thing that's ruining your chances of going D1 and making you a bad football player is your poor diet. I'm not just talking about food, I'm talking about the habits, the people you hang around, the people you watch on YouTube or just anything, your environment really. And what I mean by that being part of your diet is that's your everyday lifestyle. The people you hang around, that's changing your perspective already. If you're hanging around a lot of people that don't care about football, they just care about what they look like and they care about getting that varsity Letterman jacket. They care about what other people think and what the party is after the game instead of the actual game itself. Yes, I've been around people like that. Being around people like that that's not gonna help you get D1. Being around the people that skip class to go vape in the bathroom, that's not gonna help you. And especially the food, if you're eating Cheetos, Doritos, yeah, you can have some good genetics, but if you're not that 1% of people, that 0.01% of people, it's gonna come back at you at some point if you eating poorly. So get your diet in check. Chicken, rice, beef, steak, eggs, yogurt, berries, honey. I just named my whole entire kitchen. That's all I got. The people you watch on YouTube can really affect your life as well. If you're watching people that don't really have a backbone, that you're just watching for entertainment, that don't stick up for themselves, this is a mistake I made. I used to watch people that didn't really stick up for themselves. They're just making funny content or whatever. And I ended up being a person that couldn't stick up for myself. And I ended up having no backbone. And so when adversity hit, I folded, I fumbled in football and in life. And it's just your overall environment, your parents. Are your parents supportive? Are your friends supportive of what you got going on? Be around the right people. And if you want to be around more like-minded people that want to go D1 and that have NFL dreams, link in description. You get free 7 days off in the community, and there's courses in there. There's things you can learn, how to reprogram your mind, how to become an unguardable wide receiver, how to become aesthetic and athletic, you know what I mean? So if that's something that you're interested in and when you want to get around more like-minded people, link in description, go check it out. Yeah, now that you know things that are holding you back, here is a video that will show you what principles you can live by that'll move you forward.